There is a drink in Savannah that makes your face go numb. I've only had one sip of it in all my years of living here, and that's all that I can do. I'm not a big drinker, but this thing I had to try, and it is only in Savannah. It's called the Chatham Artillery Punch. Back in 1786, the Chatham Artillery, they came up with this punch because punch was just the normal standard to have at parties of gatherings. But this thing was different. It's kind of like when you're in college and you didn't know what to serve, so you just had everybody throw something into a big, huge barrel or punch bowl and said, good luck. I'm standing outside of Artillery, which is really one of the only places in the city that you can get this punch. But this story has to do with George Washington. When George Washington became president in 1791, he did a southern tour and he chose Savannah as one of his destinations. He was here for a total of 4 days and 4 nights, but he came here for parties, as well as meetings and to worship with the community. This is what they served the president at the parties, was this punch. Now, please note, I'm going to read the ingredients of this punch and let you see if you can survive this. In a big, huge barrel, they would put, and I have to read the list of ingredients right here. You could freeze frame that if you want to write down these ingredients, but it was 1.5 gallons of a Catawba wine, a 1/2 gallon of rum, 1 quart of gin, 1 quart of brandy, a 1/2 pint of Benedictine, 2 quarts of maraschino cherries, then followed by 1.5 quarts of rye whiskey. Then they would put in 1.5 gallons of strong tea, and then follow with 2.5 pounds of brown sugar, 1.5 quarts of orange juice, 1.5 quarts of lemon juice. Mix it from 36 to 48 hours before serving. Add 1 case of champagne when ready to serve. Back then, when presidents, particularly Washington, would join at these parties to acknowledge and celebrate the 13 original colonies and now 13 states, they would do 13 toasts. At each toast, a long toast, a speech, drink, and then refill the cups with the Chatham Artillery Punch. Yes, the president spent the majority of his stay in May of 1791 drunk in our city. Just like every other Savannian today, we do enjoy our drinks.